Men are pointless. They gotta be rage baiting, surely.
Hope that is.
Yo, let me skip the line. I got a lot to say.
The person who's okay. So if you can't
normal
listen
voice
to me and just say that I'm annoying you, then
normal
you can fuck
voice.
off, okay, thank you.
No.
Oh,
I hope you get banned.
Oh my gosh.
She got rage baited.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
I really wanted to talk to that girl, but I don't know why she left.
She got all angry that we were correct. And
Yeah, she seemed pretty heated. It's kind of weird.
I don't think she wanted to speak, but she didn't try to speak. Which girl? That Kaya. Do you want to come back up, Kaya?
Yeah, let's get some people up here. I'd love to debate with you guys.
Kaya, you weren't speaking, that's why I kicked you. Wait, do you agree with the topic, Kaya? And I'll put you back up.
Yo, stop saying that this is my off-stream voice. Stop saying finally this is not my real voice, nigga. I'm a real ass nigga, bro. It's just for the rage bait. Yeah. I'm waiting for someone to come up, and then I'm gonna be on their side, and then I'm gonna rage bait them, bro, and pretend that. No, wait, yeah, I love you too, guys. Can we bring out someone so I can debate them?
Yeah, 100%.
Ignore the hand gestures, by the way. I just need to get in. I need to get in character. It helps me. Don't overanalyze me.
Sorry if I'm making me mad. I'm just trying to debate. Have a good debate. How you
Hi,
guys doing
Chris.
tonight?
Welcome.
Yeah, how's it going? Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're good. What's your stance on the topic?
We're not trying to be rude. We're just laughing at what everyone has to say about it.
Sorry, what, Beefy? Let me hear you. But to answer your question, I feel like men aren't pointless, but
Okay, well.
Why are they not pointless?
Yeah, I think we all agree that the title is definitely like an exaggeration, but do you think that men are yeah, but I don't think. Do you think that men are as useful to society as like women are?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, I do.
How so?
I'm not being funny, but men tend to have the most dangerous jobs. The job's got nothing to do with it.
Are you pointing that toward me or Fova?
No.
Wait, he said ma'am? I could have swore he said sir. Did he say ma'am? I could have swore he said sir.
So I'm right now eating Raisin Canes right now, so just chilling.
Am I tripping?
Right,
you guys can start. Go ahead.
Alright, so start.
Who are you talking to?
Yes,
Alright, well, for starters, I feel like, men do have some sort of role in society. So I get that, socially, when we talk to men, right, one another, for women, it can be a bit boring. You guys agree, right? I think that's what you've been saying this whole time. Am I right or wrong?
Wait, I didn't catch that. I just got here. So what have they been saying?
All right, so Brown Beefy, talking to Beefy, right? So I remember you saying that socially men are awkward and they're really difficult to speak to. Is that what you're saying?
I never said them words at all. I said men are boring, they're sloppy, they're lazy, they cheat on you, they impregnate you, and they leave you with the baby. They go and make more babies with more people.
Steak, I have 1,000. I have enough. Thank you. Sorry. But I feel so. Can you tell me all? So can you tell me?
Guy's a rich guy. Nigga said I got 1,000.
No, I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying, but the majority definitely. And men kidnap women, they kill women.
Yeah. Also, most of the men online nowadays are incels. They hate women. They treat them terribly.
Yep.
Especially straight white men.
Yep.
How about you guys? How about so if I were to describe, so what if can I see your first?
Isn't that what they be saying?
If us men were to do a podcast doing the opposite, vice versa, right? And it was focused on you saying, "quote Women are pointless." How do you feel?
I mean, it would just be wrong.
I feel like they're really stupid.
You said what, Beefy?
I think they're really stupid and that they're wrong.
So don't you think that people in the chat might feel it, since when we do that,
this guy's like he's too what's the word? Like he's like too cordial, bro. He's too cordial. He's too respectful, bro.
It's pretty much directing it toward everybody.
I think I can definitely crack him though. I think I can crack him. Not like that though. Pause.
Exaggerated guys have too much. Come on.
Thank you for the 2. No, that was for me. Thank you for the 2 Robux.
Yeah, I see you.
I'll change the prompt.
Why are you question marking? What did I say?
That's fine.
No, not like that. No, I could crack him. Like I could break his statue. Bro, y'all are. Thank you for the 2 Robux, MT.
We'll change it soon. Right, there you go. The majority of men are pointless. That's a new prompt. So
definitely, especially in this day and age, a lot of men just like they don't really contribute to society. They're incels, you know. Thank you for the 1 Robux. But I mean, do you disagree with that, Chris?
So I gotta be honest. Let me see, because I'm seeing donations. So
thank you
the
for the
majority of men are
donations.
pointless. So I gotta be honest. I don't feel like the majority of men are pointless today, right? Even today in society, right? So
Bro,
when you say that, I feel like you're talking about like men on social media, men in
okay, yo.
Donating, please, like,
guys, enough. Thank you all for the Robux, but please, he's trying to talk.
Oh my god.
No, take your time, please.
Okay, yeah. So just yeah. So hopefully it's this. Guys, stop. I'm just stop. So let's go ahead and I feel like why are we adding so many people up?
Yeah, why are we? Yeah, he was trying to speak, guys.
Dude,
why are we adding
Because
people?
Hi.
Is that a kid?
Bro, what is this, bro?
Yeah, that is.
I think
it is.
No, wait, he is vulnerable right now.
I'm pretty sure
Okay,
BC is like 17 and up or something.
Wait, Cruz? So
No,
Cruz.
wait,
no, I'm not talking in chat right now. I'm trying to think what I could say. So Cruz, like, what is
I feel like
what is
men aren't
let me let him talk.
Pointless today, right? And
he's been saying the same thing over and over again,
right? You look at, like, for example, in the industrial age. Do you know what the industrial age is?
You mean the industrial age where they didn't allow women to work factory jobs because it was against the law?
No, they were allowed. They were allowed. Women were allowed.
No, actually, women weren't allowed to work those jobs because the men thought that they weren't strong enough and they didn't have the ability to.
Then why does it say here that, quote, women make up about 15% of the workforce overall, and that's also specified? Can you guys stop donating? That's also specified.
Is that according to 2025 or is that in the industrial times?
No, we're talking about the industrial age, since you want to talk about it too.
Okay.
So back to it again. So let me read it right here. Quote, in the 1870 U.S.
Sorry guys, I don't mean to be rude and mute you. I get your argument and everything.
She's a dictator.
Debating, sorry.
I'm out of here.
There's people that want to come on, so I'm gonna limit it to 3 minutes.
She's power tripping, bro. She's power tripping, bro. I'm out of here.
There's a lot of people waiting. I don't know how long it's gonna go on, so I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to.
Okay, 3 minutes. I have 3 minutes to make him mad.
Okay, wait. Let me unmute them.
How do I break him, bro?
Don't you think 3 minutes is a little too little?
Yeah, 3 minutes is a little bit too little.
On the server.
But it doesn't really seem like he has. Actually, I think 3 minutes is really all we need. 3 minutes is really all we need because it doesn't sound like you have that many arguments that are actually of any substance. Like, you're kind of just repeating the same thing over again, that men aren't pointless when you're not really giving any points.
I mean, if I'm getting muted and interrupted, don't you think that's a little,
maybe if you had something interesting to say, then maybe they'd let you talk. I don't know.
Okay.
Period.
I mean, yeah, sure. 30% of male employment in the U.S. was in industry, right? So in manufacturing alone.
Why are we talking about the past when it's 2025? Can we talk about things in this day and age?
No. I'm talking about the present now, since you want to talk about the present, right? So
okay.
let me say one more time. As of 2020, 29.3% of male employment in the U.S. was in industry, right? In manufacturing, women make up roughly 30% of the workforce still. So my question to you is, women still.
That's false. First of all.
Okay. No, it isn't, because I have it from more than 10 sources. It says right here.
Okay, keep
so
going.
I'm really sorry. The time's up. I'm gonna let Father back up soon because really like you. you're a slay.
Period.
Yeah, thanks for debating.
Thank
you. I didn't like
you.
any of your points. I thought they were all pointless, Cruz.
Yeah, Cruz. I'm not gonna lie.
Father, we'll see you soon.
See you guys. Bye, girls. Mwah.
Bye.
I need to die.
Yo.
Who has it worse, women or men? Okay, wait, this could be good.
Live in all these other countries, women and men have it equally, because if a woman puts the same amount of effort,
I disagree. I think men have it way harder than women in our today's day.
I agree. Men do have it way harder.
And anybody who
Wait,
thinks
is
otherwise,
that just financially, or is this like in general?
no, in general, like societal, economic, like just general
I'll start
day.
off with a point.
If you want to talk
Is there
societal,
anything?
I'll start off
I
with a
have a
point. Men
question.
die by suicide 3 to 4 times more than the rate women die by suicide.
True.
That's facts. But like, no,
Well,
I
then
want. Is there
there's
anything that you
also-
guys think that women like struggle with, more, or
I
would you
mean,
just say,
certain
yeah,
things,
whatever you want?
certain things,
Each
yeah,
gender has
like
a struggle, but men definitely have more struggles.
yeah, I think the men's struggles far outweigh. Like, wait, who are the people in here that believe the opposite? Like, just so I know, like the general.
I don't know.
takes.
I like
I
both
don't-
sides.
I heard
I
I heard I Love America talking earlier. Are you still here?
Yeah, she was on something about how women have it worse.
You
Because of gender
genuinely
based
believe that women have it
Jane
worse
think
than
women
men?
have it worse.
Okay, then give me your
Okay,
point
I
on
just
why you
gave a
think men
point.
have it worse. Like,
I gave
name
a
few
point. Men
facts.
die by
And
suicide
don't
3
say
to
the
4 times
suicide
more than
rate
the rate
and
women
go
die by
to the
suicide.
military.
So you're gonna tell us that we can't name certain points? What sense does that make?
Okay, then here's another point. Why do men receive longer sentences than women for the same crimes?
Also true.
Ooh.
Are you gonna say you
Why are
can't use
male
that one
domestic
either?
violence
Or?
or sexual assault cases often dismissed or not
What?
taken seriously?
Because it's probably worse.
Give her one at a time.
What?
Give her one at a time. I don't think she
Okay,
can
give
handle
me an
multiple.
give me an example then of two people that have
If
committed the
two
same
men,
crime.
if two men get accused of a domestic abuse, for example, far more
First of all, if
likely.
you want to talk about domestic abuse,
We
let's talk about
we can
how,
talk about domestic abuse. We can talk about how men domestic abuse. We can talk about men voices go unheard in the justice system when it comes to domestic abuse and are ruled off as not as serious because people perceive that women are inferior to men physically and that they can't actually impose any true fear in men. Let's talk about that.
Wait, what? Wait, can you repeat that?
I said how men's voices go unheard, and 3 in 4 men are likely. 3 in 4 married men are likely to have experienced domestic abuse and not have reported it because they feel they will either be judged by society, which it is frowned upon as a man to speak up against a woman abusing you, or the justice system won't take it seriously. That would never happen to a woman. 90% of women cases that file for domestic abuse are the complaint. I mean, the defendant is charged.
Okay, first of all,
I made almost all of that.
Reliable?
I made a lot of that up.
What?
No, how is that reliable?
How? What do you mean? How is that reliable? I just gave you cold hard facts.
Concrete, how about? If you want
Okay, you want to
concrete,
hear
how
cold
about?
hard facts? In 2020,
Are you going to? So are you? Okay, wait.
I'll give you
Yo,
your subject.
yo, yak. Yo, yak. I don't want to give you the clips. Oh my.
Mining, logging, firefighting, oil rigs, and combat, male-dominated.
Yo, yak. Yo, yak. You my brother, bro. I fuck with you, bro. But yak. Yo, somebody ping yak, bro. I don't know if he has my stream open, but yo.
Look, who's forcing men to do these jobs?
Okay, first of all, yo, yak.
Rebuttal. What are you saying?
Yo, yak. It's okay. I love America. I love America. Are you gonna every time you don't have a counter argument for a point, are you just gonna try to switch the topic every time or what? Because you haven't addressed a single one of our points yet.
Okay,
fine. Here.
Wait, one at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, one at a time. Also, I love America. Let's have. Yeah, no. Stand. Everybody else stand down. I love America. A to B. Me and you. You heard what I just said about the domestic abuse thing. What do you have to say back to that?
Wait, what?
You heard what I said about the domestic abuse thing. What do you have to say back to that?
Wait, huh? Okay.
Do I need to say it in another language? I'm kind of confused.
Okay, well, first of all, I understand your point, but if it's not reported, then I don't
They didn't leave. They kicked everybody but me.
Proven facts. I don't understand. You're saying how they are not going to come out about it, but where are you getting this from?
These are studies. You can look them up yourself. Did you not do any research on this topic before you decided to have a debate about it? What'd you say?
What should I specifically look up? Okay, also, but on top of that, I don't think the amount of men who have not come out about sexual assault is compared to the women who have been, or not sexual assault, domestically abused, has compares to the amount of actual statistics of women who have reported domestic abuse.
I mean, but I just told you why that those statistics in comparison to men's statistics aren't reliable due to the amount that go unreported. Since you haven't researched on this topic, it's okay. It's okay. Since you haven't researched on this topic, let's talk about a topic. You can propose one, and then I'll have a conversation with you about your topic. That's probably better.
Okay.
Anything.
Let's talk about.
I know, Yak. Because you Loki doing too much, bro. Yo, Yak. You have to remember, nigga. I'm the one getting clips, bro.
99% of sexual violence perpetrators are male.
What did you just say?
99% of sexual violence perpetrators are male, and 1 in 3 women have reported being essayed versus 1 in 6 men.
What's your source?
The RAINN. It's the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network.
You said sexual violence?
I said sexual violence.
Okay, let me look up your source. Hold on. I also just told you, though, that a lot of men, not only with domestic abuse, but also sexual assault, go unreported due to public shame, scrutiny, and, the justice system also ruling a lot of them out. But I'll look up your source right now.
Okay, wait. But if you think about it, that also does apply for women, because they could also feel the same way about reporting it. And so I don't think that gap would be that high of men that have a reported sexual assault.
Okay, so just because the one number might be higher, those men don't matter? Like, what are you trying to say? Men get essayed just like women do.
Okay, but I'm saying that's more common in women.
So what does that change here? Like, that you think that women have it worse than men because of that? Men experience the same thing.
I'm saying that this is one of the reasons.
I mean, I can't really debate you on that, but like, it's not 99% though. I can tell you that it is over 90 though. But 1 in 6 men,
Okay, so
1 in 6 men do experience a form of sexual violence over their life, though. Which is a very important, statistic to remember. There's a lot that go unreported. I think men. I feel like that's kind of a weird thing to debate and to bring up in this conversation.
Between men and women.
What do you say? I feel like it's kind of weird to bring up this topic and when you're trying to debate whether men or women have it harder in a day-to-day life when we're talking about like in general society. Like, have you ever been? Oh, okay, never mind. Don't answer that. But what's it called? But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Like, I feel like that's just like kind of a weird topic to debate. Like, obviously I know where you're trying to go with this, but maybe another topic.
I'm just saying that this is like a reason because it's
sure. Okay, sure.
Society.
Sure. Okay.
You're trying to downplay it.
I'm not downplaying it at all. I understand, but it feels like you're trying to downplay how men experience sexual violence just as much.
I'm not saying that men don't have it hard. I'm saying that women have it harder.
And I disagree. I think men have it harder.
Okay.
So you can say another point.
Okay, why don't you say something?
I just did, and you said you didn't have enough research on it. So that's why I'm trying to let you do it.
Well,
I already said that. Yeah.
I just said that. Like, just give me something else.
Okay. Well, we can talk about how. First of all, say the average. Okay, so first of all, just going off your basic topic, who has it worse, men or women? Day-to-day life, a woman can go and make an OnlyFans and get $1 million in a year or in a month. It happened plenty of times, but a man can't do that.
Like, literally any site, like as soon as you open that site, it's like men dominating women. So what are you even on?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's not true whatsoever. You're actually very wrong. I can look up the statistics of amount of
especially on those sites. Like excluding OF.
You're wrong. You're just wrong.
Notice how most of them are ran by men and
name one male OF model. I can name you 20 female ones right now. I can't name you a single one that's a man.
I'm not talking about OF models. I'm talking about
did I not say OF? Did I not say OF?
Okay, but what does it have to do with women having
also what do you say?
Men. I mean harder than
because it's easier to become rich as a woman than it is as a man. Hello?
Okay, tell me how many male billionaires there are versus female billionaires.
Because those are men that worked hard to get where they are. That's because they did it. Like what are you trying to go with that? Where are you trying to go with that?
Bro, I don't know what are you saying? You're saying that it's easier for women to get money, but there's more male
Yes, the
billionaires
general,
there in the world.
and there's barely any billionaires compared to the total population in the world, regardless. So that's a dumb point. You're thinking of the top 0.0001%. I'm talking about the average men and women, me and you.
But I'm talking, but that's
right now, me and you. I would have to go get a job. I have to go work a 9 to 5 and, you know, try to earn my own money. But you can just go and make an.
I would have to too.
No, you don't though. You don't have to though.
What? No, first of all, do you know how hard it is to succeed on OF?
I know plenty. I personally know plenty of people that have gone and succeeded. So I know it's really not that hard. Not as hard as you think.
I don't know if you want to bring up like, oh, it's not that big of a percentage. How many girls are just gonna start an OF? Like no, like most.
Clearly a lot. Clearly a lot because there's plenty that become millionaires off that website.
Hey babe, you snored so loud in DM calls.
Reiko, I've never called you in my life.
That every woman that has ever made it in life is because, or most women that will ever make it in life is because they can just start an OnlyFans.
Bro, I don't even know how to see this. She's not really getting mad. She's just like, I never once said that. I was just saying that it's much easier. It's much easier. There's much easier routes for women to get wealthy. No, okay, but they're not gonna get wealthy like that.
It's because men are lustful and they want a woman to have an OnlyFans.
Okay, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't change anything. So you're literally agreeing with me then that women have it easier than men.
No, I never said that. I'm saying that men can also start one if they wanted to.
Okay, but clearly not enough people have. There's not a big enough audience for that.
Invalid because what does OnlyFans have to do with anything? Like you're just saying that because
What do you mean? What does it have to do with anything?
It's just easy for men to start one that it is for a girl.
So I'm telling you something that women have it easier, and you said women have it worse or harder than men. I'm showing you how it's not.
So you think that men have it worse because they can't start an OnlyFans?
That's just one point. That's just
anyways. By the way, OnlyFans was set up for men because they goon the woman.
Plenty of women goon. So don't try to say that's a man thing. Actually, a woman invented gooning. If you didn't know that, a woman actually invented gooning.
Male OnlyFans.
What do you say?
If plenty of women goon, how come there isn't more male OnlyFans?
What are you talking about? There's plenty of male OnlyFans. It's not as much as women.
Okay, then what are you saying? Then men can start an OnlyFans just as.
But they're not making nearly as much money. Hello? In the same system.
And that's on them. Maybe they need to fix their body.
That's not on them. No, you literally you defended my point earlier by saying that there's men out there that will go for the women because they're lustful. That's why you have it easier. And what about lesbians? And what about lesbians? And what about lesbians that subscribe to female OnlyFans models? Hello?
Okay, what about gay people that subscribe to the male OnlyFans models?
That doesn't change anything. Exactly. You see how we're going in circles here. You're not really debunking anything.
Just like trash, bro. I don't even know what you're
on
about.
You didn't debunk a single thing I said though.
Women have it easier because we can make an OnlyFans. By the way, men can do the same thing. By the way, hold on.
That's not what the point was. That's not what the point was.
Open up any website and you'll see the males dominating in every video. Bro.
That's just what does that have to do? And he's getting paid less. So what is your point?
They're getting paid less. That's on them.
How was that on them?
I have a point. I want rebuttal.
Oh my gosh! And then Yak is here. I'm out, bro. I'm not going to this server's ass.
90%.
What do you think about the orange? Oh, this is Donald Trump. Oh my gosh, there's a nigga with a Donald Trump avatar in here, bro. He's already rage baiting. And there's no way they're taking the bait.
You guys know how Pineapple said he was gonna go.
He's literally
somebody better.
Yeah, this nigga saw my IG reel. I'm not gonna lie. This is a nigga. This is a nigga who saw.
You had better things to do.
This is a nigga who saw one of my IG reels.
Actually, I can just sneak myself in, get a terrible wage, but this is more money I've held than I've ever held in my home country, and I can support my family.
So you think it's okay to illegally come into the country? So you think it's just so we should just let anybody illegal come in just because they can make more money here?
Okay, wait, hold on, wait. I was elaborating. Think of yourself in the perspective of them. Why would you go through the process we have now when it's inefficient?
Even if I were to think in their process,
can't survive.
That doesn't excuse them coming and breaking our laws by coming into our country illegally and taking the money and jobs away from people that were rightfully born here and deserve them.
Okay. But you would agree that if there was a better legal system or proposal, that you would agree with that, so that these people, to actually address the illegal immigration thing, right? You would agree with that, right?
Wait, repeat that one more time.
You would agree that if there was a better proposal, the one that opened legal avenues and stopped illegal avenues of immigration, that you would be a fan of that, right?
Well, me personally, I'm the type of person that believes that we should not let anybody immigrate here, because
Agreed.
Okay, well then you're just stupid.
That's
sorry.
nationalism.
How is that stupid? It is nationalism, and what's wrong with that?
Because you shrink your GDP, you have inflation go up, your level of
how would inflation go up
in the country?
You're just using buzzwords. You're just using buzzwords with no actual backup.
No, I'm not using. Well, if you'd like me to elaborate,
please.
To elaborate on the inflation bit. So what happens is that, if we think about COVID, right? What happened during COVID?
Joe Biden opened the borders and let a crazy thing come into our country.
Specifically about inflation, buddy.
He did a horrible job at that. Yeah.
Oh then how could just on this, right?
He opened our borders during a national crisis.
He proposed the bipartisan border bill, which your wonderful candidate.
No. That was in June of 2021. He opened the borders in January of that was in 2024. He opened the borders in 2021. What's so funny?
Why do you think
Youngblood, a month into your president's
nigga said Youngblood
caused the stock market to crash harder than it
yo, bro, this kid, he's rage baiting and they're falling for it right now. They're falling for it, bro. He literally has a Trump avatar. Exclamation point Roblox, Jay. Thank you for the follow, by the way.
Time is a good thing, by the way. Can you think of any reason?
What do you mean he closed the
I'm talking about, why do you think after COVID...
Wait, kid, how about we join teams, kid?
More open than it was before. Why do you think that's a good thing?
I'm going to work with him. Hold on.
I'm saying we should have closed the borders during COVID.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
no, he's saying after
COVID.
The
actual reasoning, the reasoning behind it.
Because then we wouldn't have had the wild spread of the virus. Hello?
No, what happens is that after COVID, there was an economic slump, and that each immigrant is a
an economic slump because immigrants were coming in and taking our jobs away from the rightful Americans that should have had the jobs and stealing our money.
I'm sorry,
they were net negative, and if you believe otherwise,
you can look at the
any study shows just that they're negative. They're stealing money from us. They're stealing jobs from us. They're stealing resources.
Look at Reuters.
I'm getting a warning, bro. They're giving me a warning for just talking, bro.
You can look at any economic
Wait, how is Roblox's AI so good? Like their voice detection, bro. Like, how do they know? It's not how I feel, bro. Do we still have the disclaimer? Yo, mods, you gotta make the discllaimer more in deep. Make the disclaimer. I do not believe anything. Fova does not believe in what he's saying. Yo, Casey, you know what to do. You know what to do, Casey.
Is that what you're trying to say?
I think it worked. I think it worked. America was on top of the G7 countries in terms of economic recovery after COVID. They hit their inflation target. They hit their unemployment target.
Yeah, after Trump became president.
No, before Trump became
president. No, that was actually once Joe Biden stepped down. Once Joe Biden stepped down as president, and then the majorly Republican office started making the decisions, buddy.
He didn't step down as president.
He literally did.
His election committee.
Exactly. And he stopped making decisions. He said that a long time ago.
Trump has even become inaugurated, was the highest G7 country in terms of COVID recovery.
Actually, that's not true. That's actually not true.
You're just wrong.
That's not true. At the very end of Trump's first term, he actually had the highest G7 in American history, and you can literally go fact check that right now. So I don't know why you're literally blatantly lying.
You know what else? No, hold on. He continued the economic prosperity of Obama, yet somehow
he did not continue. Actually, it was at an all-time low under Obama. It was literally at an all-time low.
That Trump was under Obama's tax code, right? Like that's how that works.
I just voice muted that guy. He was screaming, getting a little too offended.
Who?
You need to stop interrupting people.
I agree.
In your
Thank you. Please stop. Steve, please stop screaming.
Interrupt someone.
Thank
If
you.
you keep interrupting people, you're actually done.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much.
Okay, well, you don't need to get so offensive.
Yeah,
this is a literal debate.
This is just this is a debate. Like, please,
worth,
if you can't handle debating without bringing your emotions into it, then you shouldn't be here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Well, that's fine. Would you like to address any of the points that I made, or
I just did, and I gave you a counter. I literally did. Now address what I said. Or do you not
repeat it?
We were the highest G7 in like probably the past 20 years in America was at the end of Trump's first term. And you tried to, I don't know if it was you or Hayden who said it, that you're saying he was building off of Obama's economy, but the economy was
he ran off Obama's tax code.
During Obama's term, it was at an all-time low. And once Trump came into office,
what happened in 2008? What happened in 2008?
Why are we talking about 2008?
Because that was the start of his administration.
Oh, brother. Like
something called the GFC happened
in
2008, right?
And where are you going with this?
That's the global financial crisis, right?
Right.
So he had the lowest, and then if you look at the economic recovery from the GFC, it was insane. America's economic recovery after the GFC was like literally defied all odds.
Oh my gosh!
And then the economy took a dump right after that. So I don't know where you're going.
It did
with
not take a dump right.
It didn't. Do you want to bring up Obama's? Do you want to bring up the statistics? And unless you're just
bring up Obama's second term. Bring up Obama's second term.
Oh, why are we talking about it? Why are we talking about his second term now when you just talked about 2008, which was the start of the GFC? You can't flip flop around like that and pick and choose. That's not how this
His
works.
second term is when he fixed all of this stuff from that.
Those decisions weren't made. Those decisions weren't made by Obama, which is why after Trump took office, the economy continued to rise, far greater to wherever it was under Obama.
When did Obama
like
get
actually incomparable numbers, more jobs created, highest black employment rate.
When did Obama get into office? Not when he was inaugurated. When did he get into office?
2010.
2010.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Bro, you weren't even alive during this time.
I was alive. I was literally alive during this time. He got into office 2010. I'm not wrong.
2008, 2009, somewhere around that time.
It was 2009. Or literally the very end of 2009.
Okay, that's why I confused it with 2010 because it was literally the end of 2009. Same thing. Actually, I don't think he actually went into office at 2010.
The end of 2008. Start of 2009.
Okay, whatever. What does this change about the argument?
The GFC happened in 2008.
Okay. And the economy took a dump in his first term in office.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry if you can't put 2 and 2 together.
What are you trying to? Where are you going? Like you keep saying things. You're saying things, but you're not.
The economy's going to go down, right?
So you admit that. So you admit that the economy. I don't like how we're doing this 2v1 thing here. I'm trying to have a conversation with Clove. If he can't handle debating by himself, then I don't think he's supposed to be here. Thank you.
No,
like I was saying,
elaborating because what he's saying, like the economy took a dump in his 2008 term, but he served 2 terms back to back, which is why 2012 was the leaps and bounds. He had like 2 terms to fix that. Obviously, it's going to be really low in his first term, but by his second term, things are amazing.
Actually, it was at the end of his first term, though, and then the numbers went significantly higher after Trump took office. And enforce
no, they didn't.
He created new. Yes, they did.
Continuation, right? They just did a continuation.
It wasn't a gradual continuation though, but it was a stark rise.
No,
it was an all-time high. It was an all-time high.
You know what else was at an all-time high other than the Bush administration?
What?
It was deficit spending.
Okay.
Yeah, no crap. You can get record markets when you're spending.
That's
he
under
increased the deficit by a substantial margin. Obama decreased it. Obama had a global financial crisis and decreased the deficit. Trump can't even do that.
Why? He doesn't need to do that.
Republicans love to spend. Why does he need to?
Trump doesn't overspend though. But I don't know what you're trying to say.
He does overspend.
He does not overspend.
He's done it right now. Both of these,
especially not compared to Obama. Do you want to talk about Obamacare?
Yeah, no. Okay, pull up the deficit spending then.
Okay, why are we only focusing on deficit spending though? That's not the only thing that costs America money.
That's the best indication of how much a government is spending. You do realize
that is not the best indication at all. And the fact that you just said that actually goes to show how much knowledge you have about politics. and which clearly is not much.
You haven't addressed it. Deficit spending literally means that you're taking more out than you're getting back in payments. Can you address that? Is that true?
Okay, but you're saying that like not every. Okay, so if we look at the FDA, right? The FDA spends billions of dollars every year, but and it'll still count as deficit spending. But when you consider the things and the benefits that it brings to America, it's worth it. I'm saying what you're saying with Obama.
I agree.
And what you're saying with and what I'm trying to say about with Obama is how his deficit spending in comparison did not do nearly as enough good as Trump's did. Trump created many new jobs. Trump literally built up the economy from the ground. He highest black employment rate. Yes, he did.
No, he didn't. I lived in America.
I lived in here too.
Trump's first term.
And now that you mention it, I didn't even notice your accent. You weren't even born here, so how are you going to tell me about America?
Because I'm an American citizen, I pay American taxes.
Oh my god.
Okay, but you weren't born here, so clearly you don't know more about America than me. And now I see why you feel so strong. Now I see why you feel so strongly about this immigrant
the Constitution
conversation.
Explicitly states that people can be naturalized.
Bro, I've already tried everything, bro. I've tried giving I gave multiple false facts, and he not agreed with some of them, but he didn't call me out for them, bro. Like he's just like, wait, what did you say? Like, bro, I said multiple things. He's not taking the bait. He was getting angry, but then the girl muted her. The girl muted him, and then he stopped.
I voted yes, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that's a mid lobby. Not worth it.